Lovely.
Hello and welcome to the Paropod. You're here with your hosts, Mark and Owen, yet again for episode 166.
We made it.
We made it.
I think I say that every episode.
We said we'd make this and we did. Yeah, we're back again.
We're making it now.
We're making it, as always, for the last 5.5 years. We've been making it slowly. And now we're here. But this episode we're going to be talking about The Last Emperor, which is a film by... what's his name?
Bertolucci.
Bernardo. His name is
Bernardo Bertolucci.
Yeah, Bernardo Bertolucci. Yeah, and it's about the last emperor of China. Quick summary: Asian Joro Puyi is the last emperor of China, and he has had a sheltered upbringing till his world gets turned upside down by the Chinese Revolution. The first one, not the second one or the third one.
Yeah.
A subsequent exile and an inconspicuous end. So that's an interesting historical epic, which is nearly 3 hours long, and I had to pay to see it.
I had to pay to see it as well.
There's nowhere it shows it. Even if you look it up on, like, you put in the name of the movie and go watch free online, they all had like the 3.5 hour version, and I was like, I'm not watching that. And so I got loads of viruses on my computer as well.
Like, fine, I'll go to YouTube.
yeah, I just paid for it on Amazon, even though I already pay Amazon for Prime, but
You just can't stop giving them money, can you?
I just can't. But anyway, that we'll talk about that later. So
Yes.
that was an interesting movie, interesting story. But how have you been getting on last few weeks, last while?
I have been grand.
Good.
I have been A-okay. I'm trying to think, is there any
Any news?
any life updates? I don't think so.
No.
I got into Knocked Loose, which is a hardcore band. So I'm getting really into them. Do you know Poppy?
No.
No, you don't know Poppy.
What is it?
Poppy used to be a YouTuber, and she would do these like really weird videos, like, "Hi, I'm Poppy. Come water my plant with me," and she'd water the plant, and the plant would start talking to her.
Oh.
Just really weird videos like that, and she turned into a metal singer, and she has a song with them, and it's very good. They're on Jimmy.
Savile.
I was Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
They're on Jimmy Kimmel for like a New Year's thing, a couple of years ago, and people are like, "Why though? Why?"
That's interesting.
Because they're proper like, it's like they play metalcore is the genre.
Metalcore. Is
It's-
it this like screamo kind of music?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
I would try, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to try and replicate it.
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, basically.
But like, was she like a legacy YouTuber from back in the day?
Oh yeah, she's an old, like, I don't want
Old
to say like
school.
an old YouTuber, but like she was
Smosh.
around for ages.
Yeah.
I don't know when her peak was.
Ray
no-
William Johnson.
Like maybe slightly
That era.
I think so, but I feel like she might have been a little bit. It's gonna be hard to find out because I'm gonna look up Poppy, and I don't know if her older videos, because I'm presuming she uploads her music. Okay. I'm Poppy. Was out 11 years ago, so 2015.
Mm.
So that's
2015.
that's a bit after Mosh.
Yeah.
Or Smosh even Mosh.
Yeah. That's still pretty old though in today's terms.
That is old. Like
You know.
10. You've been on the internet for 10 years.
10 years.
Like 10 years doing anything.
That's long.
You've been at it a while.
Yeah. You're a veteran. A
That
veteran of
is,
the game.
yeah. Like, is there any internet personalities that were around since and I mean the dawn of internet?
The dawn of like YouTube or internet.
Let's just say,
YouTube's
let's
more
just say
personalities.
YouTube, because like
Mm.
like you could have been on the dawn of the internet. Like, doesn't really mean that much.
Mm.
But like, yeah, like YouTubers, I don't know any.
Mm.
I don't know any that have actually stuck out that long.
Yeah, there's a few like Smosh are done, aren't they?
They're like the originals are done. Like, they're still on
Mm.
the internet, but they're not.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I count that, if you continued, you're still on the internet. You still make content for the internet. Your content and whatever
I
you're
would- I
making is
wouldn't-
very different.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that.
Yeah. If it's
But,
the
like,
same thing. Like
Smosh couldn't go on for like 25 years with the stuff that they're like,
No,
making.
yeah. Everyone aged out of it. And it's not like SpongeBob where they could come back, or like
no,
anything
yeah,
like
kids
that,
kids now will not find that funny.
Yeah. Things have changed.
Is there maybe part of it that like internet is
yeah,
so
people kind of grew up, and you can't get cancelled on YouTube. Well, you can, but like, you can't. There's no producer saying, "All right, you're done,"
You're done.
and then everyone's like, "Oh, remember that," because
Well,
they don't have to be like, "Oh, remember that," because they can watch their latest video and it's like, "Well, this is a load of bollocks."
well, like YouTube could cancel you and take you off off the platform.
Yeah, but like usually that's because you're like a racist. Or
Yeah, that is
you've,
true,
Like,
yeah.
done something illegal.
They're not gonna. They're not gonna like cancel your channel because you stopped getting views.
Yeah. Because you weren't commercially viable, so they took your videos away. Yeah, no, there's none that I could. There's a channel I used to watch, Philip DeFranco. Did you ever hear of him?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to watch him back in the day, and he came up with my algorithm recently. I was like, he's still doing it, and he's
Yeah.
been doing it ever since.
He still does like the same stuff as well.
He's still it's like just like kind of news bites,
Yeah. So I watched him on
infotainment.
TikTok for a while.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I'm 1 month off TikTok.
1 month.
1 month off
Clean.
TikTok. My life is so much better. Holy shit!
What have you filled the hole with?
Reading and
That's so interesting.
and listening to music and exercising.
Exercising.
Yeah.
What do you
like
getting
just
into?
go to the gym more.
Gym, yeah.
You know that sauna you were telling me about?
Mm.
The new one? Yeah, my barber was telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh, I heard about that." And he goes like, "Yeah, someone comes in and whacks you with leaves."
Yeah.
That's about.
You get
I
attacked
need
with
to go.
leaves. I have a discount code if you want to go.
I would love to go, but I'm like, it's like €30, 40.
Well, my discount code is €25.
That's with the code. How much is it without the code?
€30 each.
Ooh.
But you get an hour and a half.
Yeah, that could be fun to do.
It's double the amount of time that you get in
The other spot to go.
the other places.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is true.
And
That
it's
is
like
true.
bigger area, more different temperatures of saunas,
That's what I
different
want.
temperatures of plunge pools and stuff.
Ooh.
Has its own like a drying thing for your shorts.
For your jocks.
For your jocks, yeah. Has a drying machine. You just put it in, it goes zzz, and it dries them off. And it has they supply their own eucalyptus shampoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn! So you be smelling good and
yeah,
sweating.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
It's good.
You
It's
want
good.
the wombo combo.
You should try that out.
So I think like stuff like this, like I'm enjoying
Doing things.
doing things.
Yeah.
Is like,
As opposed to
Yeah.
like zoning out.
and one of my things I was like, oh man, you know what? I love my iPod. I'm gonna start using that more. And the fucking thing's dead. The thing died. I keep needing to bring it back to the CX so I can get a refund. But the thing fucking died.
They have too much dirt on you.
Yeah, the battery just won't last at all. Like I play a
Yeah.
song and it just dies and turns back on. And like this is after I've like fully charged it, and then play one song, dies. The screen is all fucked up now because I think the battery's expanding, and I think that's causing the issue.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at MP3 players and stuff like that.
Sure, you could use your phone.
Yeah, you can't. Well, on my car, because my car doesn't have
It's not
well, my phone doesn't have
the jack.
has a jack. So
Mm.
but my old phone does. That is a good point.
Could do that.
I could just use my old phone.
And just turn off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I could just do that, couldn't I? I could just
Yeah.
use Spotify. That actually is good. Yeah,
Mm.
that is a point. That is a good point. Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
but I love. I like. I just like I like buying shit. It's the important thing, Mark. I like wasting my money
I like buying things.
buying things. I'm not a one thing I am not is a minimalist.
yeah.
That is what I'm-
Yeah, that's very fair.
Don't give me a solution on how to not spend my money.
Yeah, I was doing that. I was in a phase like that. I'm like kind of like default minimalist. Like I usually reuse things that I have. I don't like all my clothes are like 10 years old. So like I just don't like I don't really
Vintage, Mark.
yeah, it's vintage. Every now people buy me new clothes at Christmas and stuff for my birthday, and that's my only that's the only new influx. But like over the last year, I got like way more kind of spendthrift. Is that the word? You know, I just started spending random money or buy new things, replace things that didn't need to be replaced necessarily. It was really damaging to my finances, and I noticed I was losing a lot of money every month. And so I've pared that
You've
back.
pared it back, yeah.
I've started New Year's resolution. It's not even, it's just in the new year. Just kind of
Just go back to what I was doing before.
yeah, just back to fucking slumming it. But like it's not even because I've an excess of things because I don't really throw things away. So I have an excess of things that can be like, for example, I joined the library.
Oh, nice.
Last week, I was like, I like the library, I like its vibe, but I can't go in because I don't have a membership. Well, I can go in, but like I can't.
They won't let you in. They won't let you in even get a card.
But
That's
so
a common library. Just won't let you in.
woke nonsense. But yeah, so I got a library membership, and there's so many cool things you can do with a library card. You know, you can get like ebooks downloaded, all this stuff.
Dropbox.
I didn't even know.
You can
And,
get audiobooks as well.
Yeah, audiobooks, and you can there's stuff I have on my phone now, which is borrowed. Maybe I'll never read it, but like, you know, I'll just automatically go back to someone else then if I don't read it. There's like there's weird different like cool kits you can have like for household purposes as well. Stuff you can take out and borrow. Like there's one that can detect where drafts are in your house.
What?
And
I did not know this.
humidity levels. Yeah, yeah. So like there's loads of cool different things for that. And then like thinking about the ebooks that you can borrow off them, I was like maybe I should like boot back up the Kindle, because I had like a list of books that like I was interested in. I don't know if I'll ever like read them, but like the obstacle to reading them is also like ordering them, because a lot of them you can't. You can search in chapters, but you won't find them or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just the layout, but I don't like the layouts. I don't like the layout in the library either. It's like hard to. I can't tell where anything is.
I'm the exact same.
So like,
Yeah. Because anytime I go into like this does make sense that things are categorized or like done alphabetically by author. But I don't know the fucking name of the author, so if they're walking around trying to find the name of the book that I know I can pull out my phone and look it up, but sometimes my phone internet doesn't work when I'm in chapters.
Yeah. Down that like the black hole at the back.
It's
like you don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, so like I got the ebooks, some of the ebooks from the library, and I downloaded a lot of some of the. Well, I didn't know, but like I got some of the books, the ebooks of the things I was looking at. I got them downloaded onto the Kindle, so the Kindle's back working again. That thing's been going for 10, probably, yeah, at least 10. No, way more than 10 years. Probably like 13, 14 years. I've had that.
Kindles are good.
They're good, solid, sturdy. When I like found it, it was in the back of at the bottom of a box, which I'd never unpacked when my mom was moving house. I noticed it was there, and I just brought it back to my house, and it'd been staring at me for a while, and I decided to try boot it up, but like the charge battery thing was like burned onto the screen, and it was charging for like 5 hours, and nothing would change, so I wasn't very hopeful. But then it worked. It turned back on. The case that it's in is actually disintegrating. It's like falling. It's like little bits of it coming off, and little like chalky stuff on the edges of it. But like the actual device works exactly as it did like whatever 12 years ago, and I just have a few bits loaded onto it, and just like, you know, it's a bit I don't know, I find it a bit handier, or it seems, at least mentally, the mental model is it's handier to have that. It's like if you want to skip between different things, but maybe it is better to commit to one thing.
No, tell you what,
it is you can stick it in your pocket,
having
you can carry it around,
having devices for one use.
Yeah,
like
this thing, the Kindle has the internet, but like it's only to download books.
Yeah,
there's nothing.
You can't browse.
I can't get any like what you call it, serotonin off it. Like,
yeah,
there's no I want to go scroll. It's like, well, I have to move over there and pick up my phone.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, having devices set for one particular thing.
Yeah,
it is there. Like, it is great. Like, I actually like having like my phone. Like at this stage, all I use my phone for is like podcasts, like music. I still use it for Spotify and stuff like that, and texting. This is not a camera to me at all.
Yeah.
Like, and because I don't use it as a camera at all, I really don't give a shit about like what the screen looks like or anything like that. Like this, like my screen is scratched the fuck, and I don't care. And I don't have a phone case either. I mean,
yeah, that's suicidal.
Like, I don't care about the phone at all. And if it cracks, it cracks. Whatever, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Because all I use it for is texting.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't need to buy a new phone.
It's not the end of the world if it breaks.
No, and if it does break, I'll just go back to my old phone.
Yeah.
I still have that, which is cracked, but I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, there's a lot to be like. My Kindle, it doesn't work as a Kindle, so I did.
It doesn't work as a Kindle.
Yeah. See, what happened was that like I ordered a Kindle for Melissa for her Christmas or her birthday. I can't remember which one it was.
I think I remember it actually. Yeah.
And they lost my Kindle. Like they delivered it to. It was my own fault that I accidentally put in my work address, and they delivered it, but it never got to the work. Like it just disappeared.
Yeah.
So I complained, being like, "Here, my Kindle's gone," and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry about that. We'll send you a new one." So then they sent me out a new one,
Mm.
and then to be fair, they didn't deliver it into the work, and just by chance, the a week later, the guy that they handed it to brought it into the to the work. I'm like, oh yeah, this the Amazon guy couldn't deliver it, so he gave it to me.
Was this in the shop?
This is my old job.
Oh, okay.
One before
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And so I got the Kindle, and it just sat in my room for ages, like literally a year. And I was like, I guess I'll start using that. So I pulled it out, and they blacklist devices that go missing. So the device got blacklisted and was a brick, and it is no longer a brick because I followed a couple of YouTube tutorials.
Yeah.
So that's what I use it for.
Very good.
But it's like it's not very good as because you have to find EPUBs and stuff like that. So I'm using it to read manga,
Yeah.
which is also very good.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, it's just because you can send stuff as well. True. If it's linked to an account, you can just send it to the email, and it comes up on the Kindle.
No,
You don't have to go to the computer.
Yeah,
it's mad.
Yeah, they're very good Kindles.
Yeah, they're very useful, aren't they?
Very useful things. And then but like I just sick of things all being the same. Like having a device for one use. Like it's like with games and stuff like that. Like you're only ever going to use a fucking like your PlayStation or like whatever. I've been thinking about getting back into the PlayStation 2 in a hard way.
Which games?
The Silent Hill games in particular,
Hill.
because I went to go see the new Silent Hill movie.
There's a new movie.
There's a new Silent Hill movie. Return to Silent Hill.
What the hell? What? Who directed this? Who's in it? It's out now?
It is out now.
Cinemas.
Are you thinking of Resident Evil?
What?
When you said there's a new, are you thinking of Resident Evil ones?
No, I hadn't heard there was a new Silent Hill.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, so they made a new Silent Hill movie called Return to Silent Hill, directed by the guy that directed the first Silent Hill movie. And the first Silent Hill movie is actually pretty okay. Like, it's not great, it's fine. His name is Christoph Gans. First Silent Hill movie is pretty okay. It is the first Silent Hill movie is an adaptation of the first Silent Hill game. Then the second movie, I think, this is how it works, or the first movie is either the first or second movie is an adaptation of the third video game. So either the first movie is an adaptation of the first game, or the third game, or the second movie is an adaptation of the first movie or the third game. I can't remember which it is. I think first and then third. This third movie, though, Return to Silent Hill, is an adaptation of Silent Hill 2.
Oh, okay.
Which is the best one.
Okay.
And is a monumentally important horror video game. It is one of my personal favorite games of all time. I love it dearly. I fucking hate this movie.
Okay, so
right.
It's not very good, is it?
It is. So I brought Melissa to this, and I said to her, like, right,
this is really important.
This isn't going to be good. Because I already knew. I knew walking into this movie, this movie will not be good. And I'm expecting that. Because, like, the first movie and that second movie is shite. But the first movie is pretty okay. So, at worst, like, it will be, at best, it'll be a completely fine movie. At worst, well, we'll see. So we sit down, and within 4 minutes of the movie starting, Melissa turns to me and says, "This is fucking shit."
Oh no, that's harsh.
And I was like, I know it is, because like it looks really like, so Silent Hill the game has James Sunderland, and James Sunderland is a like kind of like a loser, like he's got like really nothing going on in his life, is what he comes across like that. In the movie, it starts off with him driving I think it's a Chevy really fast through like mountainous areas, smoking a joint with rock music blaring, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And even Melissa was like, Melissa, who doesn't know anything about Silent Hill, was like, this is shite. Then he bumps into his wife Mary.
He bumps into her.
Yeah, he like, this is the first time that they meet. He almost runs her over, and they're like, "Oh, this is how we meet." The dialogue between Mary and James is so bad that a guy in the theater was pissing himself laughing. out loud laughing at the dialogue.
It's not good.
It looks like shit. Like, it's so like overly bright. It looks so artificial. And what happens anyway in the movie, and I'm gonna interspice between what happens in the game, is James. It fast forward a couple of years, and James is alone, and he gets a letter from Mary telling him to come back to Silent Hill, to find her. And James is like, how is this possible? This can't be. This doesn't make any sense. And the twist in the movie, but in the game, it's like straight away, Mary's dead. So how has he gotten the letter from her? And so he goes back to Silent Hill, and it's intercut with the stuff in the game, which is James and Silent Hill, and then stuff that's not in the game, which is the backstory between Mary and James. And I'm going to go full spoilers with this.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to spoil
Far
the
away.
game as well.
Far away.
Because, again, this is just a bad movie. It's like everything about this movie. It's a horror movie that is not scary at any scene, and is just laugh out loud with the worst CGI I've seen in, I swear to God, like 10 years. It is so ugly looking. There's a bit where he's running through like a hotel on fire, and it's awful. It is awful looking. There's a point in one of the flashbacks where Mary is with all of her like friends and family, and they're part of a cult. And I paused in my mind when this happened, because that is not something that happens in Silent Hill 2 at all. That is something that happens in Silent Hill 1 and 3. Because in Silent Hill 2, you never know anything about Mary, and it's kind of like The Shining, where like the hotel and like the town of Silent Hill is the thing that's haunted, and it's like showing its demons to whoever's inside. So I like when the cult came in, I was like, oh no, they're gonna change how Mary dies, and I know how they're gonna change how Mary dies. In the game, Mary dies because she gets sick, and James has to take care of her, and at a certain point he gets fed up of having to take care of her, so he murders her. And it's this twist, and the whole thing, when you go back and replay the game, is that everything is James being punished for what he did, and the self-hatred for himself for what he did, but also his like misogyny and his how he abused her, and everything like that is all on display. In the movie, after being poisoned by the cults and getting sicker and sicker slowly, she turns to James and says, James, please, it's best for you and me, just kill me. You can let me go. And he, kills her by and crying and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, he did it out of love.
Yeah. So what's the scary thing is just there's no he's the good guy.
He's the good guy.
And the scary thing is the cult.
The scary thing is the cult, not the abusive relationship, the inner horror, the real horror that goes on. No, it's the spooky cult from the town that poisons her.
Why would they change that aspect?
I have no idea. I genuinely think that like what happened is whoever wrote the script to this just completely missed the point of the game. It's like, oh, he killed her because he loves her. Okay, we'll go with that. And the end of this movie, I think, was he time travels back in time to when they first meet, and he saves her this time, and they get out of the town. And it ends in a happy ending where it's like, no, don't worry, James and Mary got to live out happy ever after.
Wait, that's the ending of this movie?
That's the ending of this movie. In the game, like, again, there's no cult, so in the game, they meet up, and she gets sick, and he murders her because he can't deal with her.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting there like, you have, like, that is like an offensive take of what you have done.
Jesus, yeah, that's a butchery.
Like, and I'm like watching, like, why did you do that? And I think the only reason why they did it was because, how else are we going to fill out the backstory between these two characters? We can't have people hate the main character.
Yeah. We can't have things be grey.
Oh,
You can't have a grey movie. So how did this movie make you feel?
anger.
Anger.
Anger. Actual anger.
Yeah.
And like, we got into the car and this was like, that was awful.
You're there gripping the
Oh, she's the one driving. She's punching the foot.
punching the dashboard.
Oh, she's there like, that was so bad. And she's explaining like why she thought it was bad. I was like, okay, I'm gonna explain what I thought. I also agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
But like, this is what the game was, and she was like, she was like, that's so fucked up. It's so fucked up that they did that.
that is.
Oh.
That's not on.
They
That's
also,
not
like,
on.
They also blend like characters together, where there's a woman in the game who's completely separate to what's going on, but in the film, they make her like another version of Mary, who's the wife.
Mm.
In the game, there's Mary and there's Maria, who's like a different version of it. It doesn't matter. In the movie, they make multiple versions of her,
Mm.
and they like combine the trauma of all these characters together in a way of like, so like the cult were like, wanted to eat her and stuff like that, and then her dad was also sexually abusing her because they just put them all together. We're like, it's like, what the fuck? And then she got murdered by her husband.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Damn. It's just tragic. It's not creepy at all.
No.
It's like, whoa.
Don't worry though.
She had bad luck.
In an alternate universe, she got out of okay. Like what?
She got saved. Yeah. Wait, how is it time travel?
He like
He travels back in time.
He kills himself at the end of the movie, and
travels
then
back in time.
and then literally like it's just like he drowns himself in the car with her now beside him because he finds her body or whatever, and he like at the start of the movie he almost crashes into like into a truck, and so he's drowning in the water,
Mm.
and then the truck just comes out of the water and starts like going to hit him, and then he swerves, and then it cuts, and it's back at the start of the movie again.
Ah. What is that? Is Silent Hill some kind of time is a flat circle? All is forgiven.
All is forgiven. Don't worry. Your sins
have been absolved.
Your sins have been
by
absolved.
Deus Ex Machina.
I was like actually like angry.
Was anyone else angry in the theater?
I don't know.
How many people were?
Way more than you think. Because
Really?
I went to go see this like opening Friday, on Friday,
okay.
so I went to go see
Yeah.
it. Way more people than I
Yeah,
thought.
I hadn't heard of it. I hadn't heard that was out.
Yeah, I saw a trailer to it like before. A movie that we'll talk about in a while. I saw a trailer to this movie before that. I was like, gotta go see that. And it met my expectations and like was worse than what I thought it was gonna be.
Mm. I think it's always a bad sign if you haven't heard about a movie, really.
And they're like, oh, this is
And-
releasing next week.
Yeah, this is coming out now, and you're just like, well, and especially if you've been following, like, this, that franchise or whatever. Like you're a Silent Hill fan, and you find out a Silent Hill movie is coming out next week, and you've never heard about
Yeah.
it coming out. It's like that's a very bad sign.
I also think a bad sign is a video game adaptation horror movie being released in January.
Yeah.
And like
The graveyard of movies,
I like
not just
the-
horror movies.
oh, just any fucking and like the fucking like they remade the game last year, maybe the year before. I think it was last year. No, the year before, last year or the year before. And then they had other Silent Hill games that came out last year as well. So like there's like Silent Hill stuff coming out.
Yeah,
And they're like, we're just gonna release this in January
under the radar.
and put one trailer out just before and just ignore this.
Yeah. Pretend this did not happen. I think you will also be pretending this did not happen.
I'll try and forget.
Yeah.
I'll try and give myself amnesia, and then I'll remember, and then I'll go back and I'll get them. I'll get them for what they did to me.
Damn. Sounds like an actionable threat.
It does, doesn't it? So you can make a quadrilogy out of what I'm about to do.
It sounds like there's one man for this job. Matt Damon. I did a Matt Damon quintilogy.
Oh, you did. Wait, hold on.
Quintilogy at
Wait, is there 4 Matt Damon movies with the?
Bourne. Yeah, Bourne. There's 4 Bourne movies. There's 5 Bourne movies, but one of them is like a Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill level of dog
That's-
shit.
Sorry, that's so funny because I thought
Rubbish.
that's the one that you also watched. Like you watched the Jeremy Renner one.
No. I wouldn't watch. I've seen that once, and that's the last time I'll ever see it. I saw it in cinemas.
What's the last Jason Bourne movie called with Matt Damon?
It's called Jason Bourne. It's just called Jason Bourne.
I don't
The
think I know this movie existed.
the Jeremy Renner one is called Born Legacy.
Yeah.
I think it's based on the book as well that your man Robert Ludlum wrote before he died. But it's fucking it's dog. It's so shit. I don't know why. I used to know why, but I can't remember why. But Matt Damon didn't return for the fourth one, and it's just absolutely rubbish.
I do remember. I remember this poster.
The fifth one.
Fifth one.
Yeah, the fifth. Yeah, it came out and it's all right. Like it's all right.
Yeah. They're all like, I like the Bourne movies, but like they're all like, yeah.
No, man, first three are fucking top dogs. Like,
Well,
they're
I don't think I've
really
ever
good spy movies. Like,
I don't think I've ever seen the. Well, okay. When I was younger, I saw the third movie without any context of the first two movies.
yeah. I was just we watched them quite often when I was younger. They're very popular in the house, and we had them on DVD. But like, it took me a while to understand what the story was. It's like always seeing them out of order or like in like fragment. But like they're just a solid spy thriller. Like the story itself, solid spy thriller, great action. The first one is good.
The action in the first one is so good.
The action's incredible. And then Bourne Supremacy is like the action. Honestly, it's even better in Bourne Supremacy. I think Bourne Ultimatum. That's where it all comes together, and you get oh yeah, this is like he's back and he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that, and they're like, holy shit, it's Jason Bourne.
Oh my god, it's Jason Bourne.
Yeah. And it's like and the ending is fucking amazing. But everyone knows the Bourne trilogy, because it's great. Like they're solid movies that like I don't know.
I would even go beyond and say they're like particularly the first two, because I can't speak to the third one, but the first two are like more than solid spy movies. And they're like
oh no, man, the third one is on the exact same level. Like it's so consistent. Yeah, solid spy. Solid spy thrillers is probably doing it a disservice because they're very very good. There's nothing really wrong with them at all.
No.
And they're just very entertaining. Very like the intrigue, the suspicion.
Fucking car chases are so good.
Yeah, the car chases are incredible. Paul Greengrass directs the second and third one, and he has that thing where like his whole shtick is he does the like really fast cuts and like kind of shaky cam, which sounds really annoying, and it is really annoying in his other films. But like in the two Bourne movies that he did, it works perfectly.
Like they're the ones that like kind of popularized that.
Yeah. He definitely did. I think that might be the reason why I think he refused to do Bourne Legacy, and that's why Matt Damon wouldn't come back. But yeah, every movie has like three incredible set pieces, which are like you're just like, oh, white knuckle stuff. What's gonna happen? I've seen this movie 20 times. Whoa, but Jason, don't jump like that.
Which one's your favorite set piece? Which is
my favorite one? Has to be like is it the first or second one? There's like a car chase where it's kind of like through narrow city streets.
Oh, that's it's like it's through Paris or something.
Yeah, it's through Paris or Berlin or like something like that.
That was my one of the.
And it's great. And there's one in the third one where it's just like kind of a foot race between him and a guy who's been sent to kill him and Nikki, like his like friend or whatever, who was also in the spy network. And it's just them in Morocco running across rooftops, and like at one point Bourne jumps across from the roof of one building through the window of a bedroom, and then like fights your man to the death. It's like, this is incredible. This is cinema. Like, this is because it's like a 10-minute sequence as well. Them just running around and then just like battering each other for like 5 minutes. Because like the physical action is incredible in it as well. And they maintain the mystery through the whole thing. It's like who he is, what he was doing. Just kind of had that cynicism about or like that post-Iraq cynicism of like the surveillance state and a lot of the stuff. Like none of the stuff in the movie is really like it wasn't really out there at the time. But I don't think there's many other movies really made about it with the same kind of seriousness as these ones are made with. But they're brilliant. They're classics. We watched Jason Bourne as well, which is the fourth of the Matt Damon Bourne movies and the fifth overall. And I remember I watched it in cinemas and I was like, this is like, I didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan.
That's like a 2016.
It's 2016. Yeah. It's kind of too late, and it was one of those things where I think it was after that movie that I was like, because I used to always be like, oh, I love that movie back, 10 years ago or whatever. They should make a follow up. It'd be good to see them on screen again. it was around 2016, like Jason Bourne, where it's just like that's actually not a good idea. They should just actually. There are some movies, and like the Bourne Ultimatum ends perfectly. Like there's a perfect ending where you're like, did he die or did he not? And then it's like, oh, it looks like he's moving, and then the score kicks in,
Yeah.
and you're like, come on, go on, Jason. And that's like the perfect way to end the franchise. But they came in with Jason Bourne, and it's not great. Like it's just like it's okay. It has Alicia Vikander in it. She's like
Mhm.
kind of his you
His
know
Bond girl.
his no his yeah like kind of like his counterpoint or whatever. But like I watched it again there, and it's actually all right. Like it's not too bad. It's just, but it that is
It's
like
so fine.
it's a solid
Yeah.
spy thriller. It's not very good. You're not gonna remember it. I didn't remember anything about it.
I didn't even know this movie came out.
It's not very good. Don't watch it.
I
Don't.
genuinely thought there was only 4 Bourne movies, and it ended with Jeremy Renner.
The only reason to watch Jason Bourne is if you've just watched the previous 3. There's no other reason.
Fair.
If you're looking for a good spy thriller, watch the first 3. I need the first 3. But we also watched Elysium as well. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I've never seen this movie, but I know
It's-
exactly. I know which one. It's the
The-
guy that did District 9.
Yeah, Neil
8?
Neil Blomkamp and Charlton Copley is in it. You know, the South African guy.
Yeah.
And it's about Matt Damon playing this Mexican guy. And like kind of a futurist. I think it's like the 22nd century on Earth in like somewhere in America anyway. And the world is kind of extreme wealth inequality, climate change, and like just kind of like natural disasters and stuff like that. The Earth has become kind of a giant hinterland from which the rich kind of extract all resources, and they live on a Taurus kind of spaceship in the
Mhm.
sky called Elysium. And on Elysium, you know, they have everything. They have like free healthcare, and the whole thing is kind of a metaphor for like public healthcare and stuff like that. I think it came out in 2015ish. But like on Elysium, they have everything. Like they're not in want of anything at all. They have all the material riches they could ever want. They don't really work. If they get cancer, they can cure it easily. Whereas like Matt Damon, all the boys down on Earth, they're fucked constantly. They work in terrible conditions. Matt Damon's on site one day, and he's lucky enough to have a job. Most people don't seem to have a job, and he gets a lethal dose of radiation poisoning because they're cleaning the robots or something like that.
Oh, I've seen this clip.
So
Yes.
basically, he gets this lethal dose, and basically has 5 days to live. And because he's a rough and tumble guy from the favelas, basically, he goes to one of the lads that he knows, who is like a human trafficker, basically, like the futuristic equivalent to that, who has access to these small spaceships, which he sends up to basically. It's like the small boats that they send from like whatever Libya across
Mhm.
to Europe. You send them up to Elysium to try to get them to land, and once they land, you know, maybe they'll be able to jump into a med pod and cure their cancer, or you know, maybe they'll be able to kind of like stow away for a bit. But he wants to cure himself of the radiation poisoning, which is perfectly possible, but it's not available on Earth. And the whole story is just kind of how they're getting there. And the whole thing is just a metaphor for like wealth inequality and, you know, kind of like capitalism, and I think specifically you know, health insurance and healthcare and stuff like that, which is a much bigger topic in the US then than it is now. I feel
Yeah.
like people just like don't even bother talking about it anymore.
It's like, yeah, this isn't gonna get any better. We got like
Yeah,
way
yeah.
more like in our face issues at the moment.
Yeah, they spent years talking about healthcare, and it's just like everything else just got like way worse in the meantime. But yeah, Neil Blomkamp is the director, and his whole thing is like really good special effects, and they're pretty good. But he also has kind of the like District 9's very gory,
Yeah.
and his other
Gritty.
a very gritty movie. So is Elysium, and he did another movie, Chappie, which was really weird, but also had that.
I didn't know he did that movie.
Yeah. Him, and is it what were the band that are in it? Charlotte Copley's in it as well. I can't remember the band, but it says some
Yeah, those- they're-
Antwoord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They're very weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like I don't think they make music anymore because
Are they racist or something?
I think they are abusive.
Okay, it kind of you got that vibe from Chappie.
I think I could be so totally wrong.
Okay,
I might not even bother saying this, but I'm gonna Google this. You keep talking. You keep
but all his movies have a grit to them. I'm not sure why he isn't making movies anymore, or maybe he is. I just haven't seen them. But they have this grit to them. This movie's the same. Everything's dirty on Earth. It's like everything's shit. Like everything's awful, and even to get to Elysium, there's this kind of like, you know, like a little bit forced kind of shoehorned thing where the human trafficker guy is basically like, you know, you're too weak to survive the trip. We're gonna basically need to fit you with like an exoskeleton, exoskeleton, and he has to wear like a robot suit, and this makes him super powerful, and like, you know, he can fight
can
off.
punch really hard.
He can punch really hard, and he can defeat robots, and he can take on the military, single-handedly, and that's what the whole movie is kind of about. He ends up, they all obviously basically end up on Elysium at the end of the day, and then it's kind of them, you know, the cat amongst the pigeons, essentially. Jodie Foster's in it as well. She's pretty terrible. The movie actually isn't very good. Is kind of my main point. It's not very good at all, but like I think like Chappie and like District 9 is quite good, but Chappie, I remember Chappie, I didn't like Chappie either, but I liked its like its kind of vibe.
Yeah,
the grit and kind of it's very what's the word? It's like there's a vitality to the way, like it that's not even the right word, but like there's
like visceral.
Yeah, visceral. Yeah, it's like everything's really visceral. Everything's really kind of like over the top. Which I really liked. I think it definitely called for in the premise that you know, what Elysium is about. It makes sense that it is really over the top and really, you know, really gory in certain parts.
That bit where like I've only ever seen District 9, but that bit where he's just like they pull his finger to shoot an alien.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I think he pukes. Oh God, it's horrible.
Mm.
And like that's a movie that's about like South Africa.
Yeah, apartheid. Yeah.
So it's interesting that he definitely makes movies, and it's like, I'm gonna have a theme for this movie, and we're gonna base the movie on the theme. He hasn't really done that much. I'm looking at his filmography now.
Oh, I did Gran Turismo. What was he doing there?
Oh, well, I guess he'd be like, you know, visceral filmmaking. So
yeah. Like, he's a great style, but
I would guarantee you as well that Gran Turismo is his best performing movie.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. That had was it Aaron Paul or something was in it?
No, that's Need for Speed.
That's Need for Speed.
This had David Harbour.
Yeah, and Orlando Bloom. Jesus. But I love his style as a director, but like his movies aren't like, well, Chappie and Elysium aren't very well written or like really.
That's the thing I've always heard about. I heard that when Elysium came out, because I really liked District 9, and then Elysium came out, and I heard it like, it's fine. It's actually not. It's like kind of okay.
Yeah, because like.
And I think that killed. I actually think that like kind of killed his like momentum. Was that he did District 9 and people were like, holy shit, and then you did Elysium. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you did Chappie, and I was like, oh, okay, right. Like,
yeah, because it's the scale of Elysium, because like there's loads of shots over Earth, and it's this whole thing where like when Matt Damon was being raised in this Latino orphanage,
maybe that me killed it. Like he's like, no, we're not doing this.
And the nun who ran the orphanage gave him like he had no parents, whatever. And it was like the nun gave him like a locket with a picture of the Earth on it. She was like, "This belongs to you." It has like a very global scope, you know, and like the whole movie is like looking up at this giant spaceship in the sky, but at the same time, throughout the story, it feels like it's only Matt Damon, Jodie Foster, the human trafficker guy, and Charlotte Copley are the only characters that exist.
Yeah,
like no one. It doesn't feel like once they land on Elysium, it doesn't feel like there's anything really, no response at all really from. Like it's the most sophisticated, like you know, AI driven, you know, robot paradise.
It's the place from WALL-E.
Everest. Yeah, it's a place from WALL-E. But like, they just kind of like break into it, and he has to defeat Jodie Foster and Charlotte Copley, and like that's it. But the fight scenes are cool, and the concept's pretty cool, and it's stylish. So, still enjoyed it. I have to say.
That's interesting. I don't think this is sound really bad, but I don't think I've ever talked to anyone that's watched Elysium. So,
yeah.
It's good to know. It is like
it's like all right, like it's not too bad. I'd watch it over Jason Bourne.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a given
You
though.
know, I'd watch it over Jason Bourne.
Would you watch it, Mark, over The Bone Temple?
No way, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
No way, bro. Not a hope.
This is a big one.
This is a big one. This is well anticipated. Well anticipated. Follow up to 28 Years Later from last year, which came out this, was it this time last year? It came out.
Yeah, maybe a little bit later, but yeah,
Yeah.
roughly around this time last year.
Yeah, the Bone Temple. I have to say, I thought the Bone Temple was even better than the previous movie.
That oh really?
I thought it was even better, man. I thought it was
Interesting.
tops. I
Interesting.
thought, wow, this movie, I didn't think was going to be as good because I didn't have faith. I didn't have faith in Nia DaCosta. I didn't have faith in Alice Garland. I didn't have faith in the kid.
He's barely in it.
He's barely in it.
He's
Yeah,
in, he's in it loads, but he doesn't do that much. But that's fair.
but he does a good job of what he does do, you know. And I didn't have faith in the. Well, I was very unsure about the setup,
Yeah, the
like
Jimmys.
where they're gonna go with the Jimmys. Yeah, but I think they completely pulled it off. I think Ralph Fiennes is incredible.
Oh, he's so good in this movie.
I think it's you know, very cohesive in a way that
Mhm.
it probably shouldn't be, considering how many different moving parts there are and like different stories.
And like, okay, full spoilers for this movie.
Full
Spoilers,
yeah,
like
yeah.
as always it
Come
is.
on.
But they go in some weird, very weird directions that I wasn't expecting.
Which one?
His best mate,
His best man.
Doctor
Oh, Samson.
Samson.
Samson, yeah, that was great.
Oh my god!
That was brilliant.
Every time I cut to him, I was like, "Holy shit! This is
Yeah.
peak."
Yeah, I thought that was great. But again, I was like, I feel like you kind of see that something like that was going to happen
Yeah,
because he was he's a scientist guy and he's a
Mhm.
doctor and they want to cure the disease eventually. But I was I didn't think I assumed they wouldn't be able to pull it off as well as they did. I don't think. I think they pulled it off really well.
Yeah, well, he just like kind of trains him like a dog, and then
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, because in one of the scenes early on with Samson, and it shows him fucking up some random dude,
Mm.
and it shows that like what the infected see is the infected basically,
Mhm.
and he fucking massacres and gouges out his eyes and everything like that. Also, side note, how like I know that like we're gonna talk about the scene. I think like one of the scenes in terms of content in this movie. How
Mm.
the fuck is this film only 16s?
Yeah, I was struggling to watch parts of it. Yeah, with the Jimmys, well, even the opening. The opening is great.
Oh man,
Where
yeah.
it's like you're nearly directly following on from the last scene in the previous movie, where it's the kid being forced by the Jimmys and and Lord Jimmy to fight one of the others to save his life basically, and then he only kind of wins by accident, but like
Mhm.
he ends up stabbing your man and he jocks him and then stabs him in the leg
Yeah,
and
right in the
catches
artery.
the femoral, the artery, and he bleeds to death on the floor. That was very good. But like the level of violence that the gang goes to is
Sweet mother
I
of Christ.
didn't think they do that, and it was really it was like difficult to watch.
It was extraordinary. And like
Yeah.
again, like when they say you
like
gotta
just-
give charity and we're taking your t-shirts, I knew straight. I was like, oh no fucking way! Like there's no way this movie's gonna. And
I didn't know that's what he meant, and then when they said, I was like, oh, what the fuck?
no, I knew straight away. I was like, oh fuck! And like, me and Melissa went to go see this, and Melissa cannot do.
Gore.
She can't do torture or stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like, she was she genuinely she said to me after the movie, she's like, I was gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Like the screaming and stuff like that. Can't do it. Like she
Mm.
just can't handle it. Me myself, I was like, this is fucked. This is so fucked.
Even when Owen's like, this is fucked. It's like,
and I was there like, how the fuck is this movie? Because I knew like, but obviously with the Jimmys, established in the first one, I was like, and I do want to talk about the ending of the last movie with how it continues on in this movie, but whatever. How the Jimmys are like so fucking brutal and like they skin people alive and murder them that way, and like even like when your man after they skin through three of them, they're just like there's a fourth guy and they're like because your man is like, well, we're gonna like Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell.
He's like, oh, we're gonna, you can be one of my Jimmys to, pick someone to fight, and your man picks the girl, and she like fucking beats the shit out of him, and I was like, I'm gonna take your trousers.
yeah, nah, because they'd been torturing them for like 5 minutes at this stage, and this was like an innocent family.
Yeah. Oh,
And it was like-
completely innocent people.
Yeah, and like an old man and stuff like that. It was like funny games, kind of, but like showing the torture the entire time, and like this whole. And
like
they're
it-
doing like for like 5 minutes, and then
Like
she's
in the
like,
movie, they're doing it for hours because it starts in daytime. They
Yeah.
cut back and it's at night.
and then she's like, I'm gonna, she defeats some battles. And she's like, I'm gonna take her trousers, and I was like, hold on a minute, I know what shirts means now, but like, surely they're not gonna show this, and thankfully they didn't.
Yeah, she got her
She
fucking
got
head caved in.
fucked up, which is great.
Yeah, but this is kind of. I didn't like this movie as much as the first one.
What?
Yeah, I didn't like this movie. There's aspects of this movie that I liked more. Like I loved everything to do with Samson and Doctor. What the fuck his name is?
Dr. Kelso.
Dr. Kelso. I loved everything to do with that. I loved the fact that like this movie wasn't about Archie. I think that's the actor's name. Whatever the kid's name is.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever his name is. How
Spike.
Spike, yes.
Spike.
I need Spike. I loved how like the movie had nothing. It wasn't Spike realizing or like slowly over time finding out like, oh, like no, these guys like they're not very good. No, immediately he's like, I have fucked up.
Yeah.
I should not have gotten caught by these. I'm in severe trouble. And at no stage does he warm to like any of them outside of the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jack O'Connor at no stage looks good and like perfect. Yes, you've made a gang of Jimmy Savile impersonators, and they are literally the most evil people that have ever been shown in this franchise. Perfect. My thing though was, I was like, I can't wait for these to get like some form of comeuppance, and like Jack O'Connell, like the main Jimmy, yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of them all got off way too light. Outside the one that burned to death, the rest of them all got off way too
Yeah,
light.
that was great when he burns to death.
And I walked away like being like, I'm actually kind of unsatisfied for how that movie put me through excruciating agony watching this poor innocent family get slaughtered and skinned alive and tortured for hours. And they didn't even die from the skinning. They died because they burned in the barn. Like that, they survived off. And the rest of Jimmy's like, one of them got stabbed. Another one got stabbed.
Few of them got stabbed,
And
yeah.
then one of them got stabbed. I was like, nah.
Oh, one got domed,
one got domed, one got burned alive,
one got crucified
upside down, and then eaten.
Yeah, yeah.
After like losing his entire faith, was like, yes, perfect, Grant. Those are the three that I was like, this is not. No, they deserve worse. And I walked out of that cinema and be like, I'm unsatisfied for how the Jimmy's story, not like the main Jimmy, but how the Jimmy's overall their story ended. Especially when this movie made me question the ending to 28 years later even more. I was like, what the fuck was that ending?
Why were they doing so much parkour? It doesn't feel like it was part of their.
It wasn't part of them at all.
Yeah, it wasn't really their thing.
Like, I don't know what. I have no idea what was going on with that then.
Yeah.
I know this is a different director, and like the brutality of this movie, like even outside of like the Jimmys, fuck me, like Samson fucking massacres.
Oh yeah, all the zombies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the violence is it's extremely violent, but I did like that. I agree that they could have been even Lord Jimmy's death at the end. I feel like they could have done a bit more there, but like I think they served their purpose.
They did
thematically.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed the kind of the parallels between. Was it Lord Jimmy? His whole thing. He's the guy from the prologue to the last movie, as
Yes.
well as the kind of the epilogue. He's the kid at the very beginning of 28 years later, who's his family get torn apart in front of him, and then his dad is like the parson in the local church who gets ripped apart by the zombies, and he remembers that in the film. He recounts it to Dr. Kelson in the film
He remembers
as
it wrong.
he remembers it completely incorrectly, that his dad was like kind of the leader of the demons.
He was calling the demons.
And he'd call them in. He had some kind of, and essentially his dad was Satan. And in the movie, or in this movie, the whole thing is, the Jimmys are wandering around torturing random people, and they come across Dr. Kelson's camp, which is a giant bone temple, and he's all covered in red dye because it wards off the infection, and they assume that he's Satan, who they've been told by Lord Jimmy is his father.
Yeah.
And so that's the clash between the two. And like, but like Lord Jimmy's whole like worldview and like reason for existing is based on like memory, um, a false memory of something that didn't happen, like recalling back to a time when things were easier when he was a kid, simpler.
And he's asking Dr. Kelso what was it like back then. 'Cause he
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember.
yeah. So he has fond memories of the past because things are so bad now in the present that like he's just completely fucked up, like mentally, and his entire like view of the world is completely warped, and he's not even sure if Dr. Kelso. At first, it looks like he's kind of like opportunistically going down to negotiate with Dr. Kelson to be like, "Can you?" Oh, that's what he does
He
do at
does
the
it,
end.
he's like, I'm gonna, I think he
Can
says
you
like,
pretend to be?
if you don't pretend, I'm gonna feed you your own intestines.
Yeah, yeah. But for a minute, he's not sure if he actually is Satan. Like he's completely lost his mind.
Yeah.
And like the comparison between that and Samson, who like the alpha that Dr. Kelson befriends, who's an infected giant, who just like is like the most violent, primal like beast. He's an animal. He's not like a human really. Has like comparable levels of violence to the Jimmys, but like without the kind of the bad intentions. Like because you see his perspective, you see that he in the moment he can see humans and he sees a threat and he sees like a monster and he just rips them apart and he needs them to survive. But over the course of the movie, Dr. Kelson is able to help him
By drugging him, by giving him loads of morphine.
He gives him loads of morphine, a few Xans, chills him out, and he's able to slowly. He's able to kind of begin to remember the past, and he uses that to kind of to bring himself back into the present and to kind of I don't know regain his humanity. So like Lord Jimmy is looking back into the past constantly because he thinks it's everything he believes is based on a false memory,
which
is
like,
him avoiding the awful present that he lives in.
Which is also like again thematic with him dressing up as Jimmy Savile.
Exactly. Yeah, he's stranded in the 80s in the UK.
Yeah.
Or like wherever, the 90s. It's like he dresses up as Jimmy Savile. He acts kind of like in a weird kind of like I don't know, like burlesque fashion, like all the parkour, like the flamboyance. And everything he believes in is based on a false memory that he had many, many years ago. Where Samson is kind of the reverse, where he lives in an awful, awful present, but he's able to kind of regain some of his humanity
And both
based
were
on
kids as well.
yeah, both kids, and he's able to look back at what even use the reference point of the moon, anchor himself in the present, away from the awful things that he sees during the day under the influence of the infection. Because he says the first word that any infected has ever said in the series. Moon. That's a great scene.
It is.
Because it's just the most common thing that it's like, you know, since we're monkeys, everyone would be like, oh, the moon or the sun. And he's able to use that to kind of anchor himself in the humanity that was there before and regain a bit of it slowly. So I thought that was a cool. I'm not really sure if it's probably not fully fleshed out, but I thought that was a cool kind of track. Because based on just interviews I've seen that Alex Garland and Danny Boyle did about it, like Alex Garland's he's a big British lib. Like he said the first one was about Brexit basically, and you can see that with the whole the isolation, all that stuff.
Moon.
And this one is kind of the Jimmy Savile kind of reference of looking back on a glorious past, not even being aware that the memory is a complete fakery, like,
and actually something way more fucked up,
and it's completely fucked up, and we even know that's fucked up, but because things are bad right now, we're kind of blocking it and just trying to justify whatever's happened, and hoping to go back to a past that wasn't that great to begin with, but is also completely like warped by what's happened since. And there's probably more to it than that. But I did think it was nice and cohesive in the same way the last one was. But it's just the viscerality of it.
Yeah,
much
that's so
like
interesting.
Elysium.
So yeah, that's because I didn't with the Dr. Kelso and Laura Jimmy stuff. I was like, that's like for me this movie is like super wacky, and like particularly with that song sequence later on, which was phenomenal.
Or
it's amazing.
Even Dr. Kelson, he's obsessed with like 80s music.
Yeah,
he just sings it throughout the movie as well. It's all about memory. Like looking back, they all have the same kind of reference point in the past. It's just Lord Jimmy uses it in just like a completely, like his is like a completely animalistic way, despite the fact that he's unaffected. Kelson is a scientific Like he's just using it to remember the past, but he's like very focused on the present. And Samson is like the complete reverse, where he's animalistic, and he's calling back to his memory to regain some of what used to be there, but to keep moving forward, and eventually kind of regain his humanity completely and his consciousness.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sequence at the end, that was. I wasn't sure about how I felt about it, but I think they did pull it off.
Yeah, no, yeah. What do you think of the? Because like for me, the scene in the first movie with Spike and the like kind of discussion about death and moving on, and everyone was a victim of this. Like within the Bone Temple, both infected and human all look alike.
Yeah.
Everyone's a victim to this, and then like that with Jodie Foster's character's death and stuff like that, like that emotionally
Yeah.
hit so hard. And like this movie did not have
Didn't have the same thing, no.
like anything like even remotely close. There was no like for me there was no emotional connection like that. But that I didn't have that view about the parallel between Jimmy and Samson. That's interesting. Especially where we're going with like wherever this next one is, because I have like obviously with the end of the first one, it's like okay, Jimmy's are going to be the thing in this next one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one that we're going on to, I have a few like obviously like Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy's back,
which is mental.
which is great.
You have Spike with the nice Jimmy, we'll say.
Yeah, she's not even that nice.
She's not even that nice.
Yeah,
Like
she was in on it for most of.
Oh
most
yeah,
of the
yeah,
movie.
she was. Yeah, she was. She just didn't believe in like.
Yeah,
She
was-
just didn't believe in Lord Jimmy.
which is almost worse.
Yeah.
She
Which
was
I
going
presume-
along with everything.
I presume that like she will be like probably the villain.
Yeah, yeah, maybe
Maybe.
we'll see.
Because yeah, that bit where she's like, "Great, yeah, I knew you're full of shit. I'm gonna kill you straight away, no questions asked."
Yeah,
But then you also have the woman that escaped the family that got butchered. Like maybe she doesn't. Maybe she doesn't come back into it at all, but maybe she does.
Mm.
And maybe like she causes tension with Cillian Murphy and all this, and then Samson is
He
gonna
shows up.
protect, I guess, Spike. But also,
Do you think he'll come back into it?
I presume so, because the what's his Doctor?
Dr. Kelson.
His last words were "protect the boy."
Oh.
That was his last words to Samson.
I didn't get that.
But I'm curious because I'm like if they can treat psychosis, they can't cure it. So he'll have to keep taking something to.
Yeah, well, I think the part in the
Unless this is just a cure, like that's like we're just gonna say it's cured because.
yeah, because I think when he's sitting down the train and he dozes off and he starts to remember when he was a boy.
I don't take it.
Tom take that was great. I got a good laugh at the cinema. And then he's immediately attacked by all the other infected.
I don't think the infection doesn't like because
Yeah, they wouldn't attack him if he wasn't.
Yeah,
Like I feel like the fact that he was able to remember at all has able as he's been able to see through some of it. It's like if you have or I don't know, maybe, I suppose if you have like a mental health issue, not in all cases you need to take medication forever. Like eventually you can get with meditation or whatever, or CBT or whatever.
Obviously, his kid is is with
The kid.
his baby.
Yeah, his baby's
baby
with
from the first
is on
one
the island.
is in the island. So I don't know. Like this third movie, no idea where it's gone. Having a breeze, no idea.
Yeah,
Presume like some
I
bad
presume it's gonna be
shit's
good.
I presume it's gonna be good. Like
Danny Boyle's directing again,
Yeah.
so he's back. One of the interviews, Alex Garland said the first movie is about the meaning of family. The second movie is about the nature of evil, and the third movie is about Cillian Murphy.
that's sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I don't know what he said. The third one, I didn't read the full quote. I stopped at the second movie.
No, yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting things.
You made me I think about that film more like fondly. Gonna bump it up half star.
It's about Brexit.
It's about Brexit. Cause like Melissa fucking hated it. Like she didn't hate it.
Didn't like it.
Like she liked like once it got past all the torture stuff, whatever. But like she literally was like she was gonna walk out of this movie.
It was
She-
bad. It was. I haven't seen a movie like 16s. Like, was that only
mental.
16s?
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last 18s movie, because this movie had me going down a rabbit hole of like what gets an 18s, like how do you get an 18s? The last 18s film I saw
Mm.
was Poor Things, because it's got loads of fucking,
Mm-hmm.
and then Terrifier 3. It's like, okay, so you have to either like have loads of sex and nudity or be like extreme horror.
Mm.
They're the two things you got to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
It's-
actually, sorry, Pillion. Have you seen that Pillion?
Pillion, no.
It's a gay BDSM biker movie. So that's the other thing you got to do. Again, gay, gay sex.
Yeah, is Texas Chainsaw 18s? I remember that was one of the.
Oh yeah, I think that was banned. Sure, that was
Yeah,
originally
yeah.
banned.
It's
So I'm talking
mad.
like more
Just-
like modern films.
Yeah, but just the way the standards. It's like Texas Chainsaw's 18s.
Yeah, for literally not showing you things as well. Like,
Yeah.
this film doesn't. This film shows you way.
It shows you
more.
everything. There's
Fucking
no
way
blood in
more.
Texas Chainsaw really, like at all.
Yeah.
And this is just like there's like 50-minute sequences just torture.
Yeah.
And everyone dies.
And
Pretty
it's
much.
like, yeah, everyone dies.
Someone gets
and-
burned alive, you get skinned alive, you get a crane to the head. You know,
That was satisfying.
that was good. Yeah.
And she also burned it as well. She was still alive as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was much needed relief for the audience
Yeah.
because people
Fuck me.
people were getting uncomfortable.
Fuck me. If we were going to see some trousers getting taken off, I was going to.
I was
I'm
yeah,
done.
yeah. No, please no.
I was going to say we would go for a break, but we just keep plowing through.
we plow through.
Steamroll on our way
Let's steamroll through to the Great Orient,
to the Forbidden City.
China.
It's China. It's Beijing.
It's Chinatown.
It's Emperor Mao.
Emperor Mao.
He'd hate to be known called that.
No, Comrade Mao. Where the fuck? I'm gonna use a different synopsis.
Different times is fair.
So our recommended movie for this week is The Last Emperor by Bernardo Bertolucci, which is it's a movie from 1987. 2 hours 43 minutes.
You feel it?
You really do. You know it is long. Okay, this synopsis is fucking dog shit. IMDb. I'm just gonna
It's about
read
the last
I'll read
emperor.
the same one. Yeah. Pu Yi, the last emperor of China, has a sheltered upbringing until his world gets turned upside down by the Chinese Revolution, a subsequent exile, and an inconspicuous end. So, Owen, what did you think of this movie?
I thought it was good. I thought it was long. I thought it was beautifully shot. That was weird. That was in English. That was the thing I
Yeah.
couldn't get over.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire film, like I never got used to the fact that like everyone's speaking English.
But the background characters all speak Chinese.
Yeah, or like they're also dubbed. Like at certain points, they're dubbed really weirdly. I felt.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're clearly not actually speaking English.
Uh-huh.
To the point where I was like, they would not make a film like this today. They would just be speaking Chinese and you'd have subtitles now.
Yeah, because it'd make loads of money in China. Back in the 80s, sure, they'd fucking nothing like.
That is also true. Yeah,
You know?
and that, but also like America in the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody give a fuck.
Yeah, it's just the Chinese, man.
The Chinese, who cares?
What are they going to do?
Yeah. And you know what? We'll give this thing best picture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
Rub it in
a pat on the head.
Rub it on their face. But no, I really like this movie. Fine. I like this movie. It was exactly what I thought it would be. It was a 80s historic epic with like scenes that like were so like some of the shots, some of the imagery of the Forbidden City. Gorgeous. Oh my god, stunning. And actually shot within the
Was
Forbidden
it?
City. Yeah.
Ah.
Which I think is very telling that they could shoot that in the Forbidden City where like literally 40 years before, like 60
Yeah.
years before, they wouldn't, no one could even enter the city.
Yeah, yeah.
60 years on, they're shooting a movie
Yeah, I bet the
In-
last guy lived there.
in English.
Yeah, yeah,
By an
yeah.
American company shooting in English, but in Italian. So I thought that was really, like, that was a subtextual thing. It's like, this is really interesting that, like, they're all over the place as well. Like, there's no, I don't think the thing is nearly shot entirely on set, or none of it's really shot on set. On the outside anyway. Yeah, and then his story is about like really tragic, and then I'm also like, you so totally deserved this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, at your end, you totally deserve
The,
that.
the movie is, that's what I would say. Like I really liked it. As much as I like a grand historical epic,
Yeah.
you know. Because like it's based on a story that like did happen. You know,
Yeah.
it's an interesting story to begin with. So the story's already sorted.
They
Um,
do apparently like do kind of gloss over
They gloss over a lot of stuff. Yeah,
some of his
this-
more
questionable things that he did.
wanted and questionable things he did and questionable things he wanted to do, but
Yeah, because like, yeah, it is very generous to your man Puyi. It is very generous because like, I don't know, like he is the main character and it's you kind of have to be sympathetic to a certain extent, but like, you know, the whole like he did he participated in like the Holocaust pretty much, and and like the whole thing is like she wouldn't want to be in his situation. I was like he could have just chosen not to be in
Yeah.
that situation like at any point, and you know because you know it's tragic to an extent because he was born into a completely different world, the world that he was born into and where he became the most powerful man in China.
ended before he was like 15.
Yeah, before he was like fully conscious, and so he was completely fucked up and couldn't deal with modernization or the changes that were happening.
I wasn't allowed to.
He wasn't allowed to deal with them, and wasn't even allowed to really know about them as well. Like, he wasn't aware that the revolution was happening when it did. He wasn't told that he wasn't emperor until a year after he'd been deposed.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff like that. But I feel like it is the movie's very like just zeroed in on him as a personality because it's about him, obviously. But like the wider picture of it is like this was all completely justified. Like what happened to him, they should have killed him realistically. Like,
Oh yeah. Any other regime
Yeah.
would have fucking executed
he
him.
should have been killed, like by the communists.
It's like even the first time he got taken over, he would have been executed.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, well that's
Like the first, like, because like he got one uprising, which is the one that's like he gets disposed, and then he's like, okay, now I'm out in the world, and now I'm gonna slide with the Japanese to get Manchuria
Yeah, yeah.
going. Like that first time, like they would have if that was Europe, you would have been hung in the gallows and decapitated in front of everyone.
yeah.
But no, the communists were like, nah, we'll let you go.
Yeah.
We'll let you live. It's
We'll let you
fine."
live. They want to make an example out of him. They kind of did, I suppose, because it is an interesting, you know, like the comparison between what the Bolsheviks did with the Romanovs, where they just killed all of them in one go,
Yeah.
including all their children.
See, because if you don't, they're just gonna team up with Japan and try to take over.
Yeah, literally, yeah. But the Chinese, I think Mao wanted to make because he killed like pretty much everyone else that was involved in it. He wanted to make a point that the emperor could be reformed and that everyone could be reformed. And that he could be a model citizen. And apparently, he was up until the end. He was like a bin man and a gardener, and he died as a peasant. But like the film is very sympathetic to him. It doesn't really attribute the generosity to the communists that they probably should be getting. It's like he really shouldn't have been alive. Like the last act, this movie should have been 2 hours long because he should have been executed about 2 hours in. Like it's the whole last part where they're he's been imprisoned already because of what happened, and then he's released, and then it's just kind of like you know the Red Guards are active in China in like the 60s and the Cultural Revolution, all that stuff, and it's like you're kind of giving the impression it's like this is some crazy shit's happening, and poor old Puyi might be getting caught up in the middle of it, and the guy who helped him get out of prison might be getting caught up in the middle of it, and it's like, well, you know, who cares? It's like that's kind of what happens. And conversely, I do appreciate the fact that the film is all about him, but everything that happens, all historical events, is just kind of like things that are happening in the background. Like it is just about him.
And like
So it's not trying to be like this guy he was actually all right.
to the point where I actually like it. Like when Mao and their Han come into at the end, it's like what? Like I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like now the communists that were not the original communists that kicked him out, but the new communists that imprisoned him, which is like the second batch of communists that have come into it, are now being taken over by new communists. I was like, what the? Because it doesn't extend out further.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't really fill you in the details.
No, it's just like these events are happening to him, and there's no explanation as to why they're happening because, like, it's not really important. It's just like what's happening to him.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it's like I thought the ending was kind of funny where it's it fast forwards, like we spent so long with him, and then like 30 years go by in the span of 10 minutes, which was so, because we spent so long with him in other portions of his life, that it was almost funny how it ends with him in whatever year he's there. He goes back to the temple, and he picks up the cricket and he gives it to the kid or whatever, and then a tour guide comes in and she's like, okay, this is where the emperor lived, blah 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 blah. He died in 1967, and we've no idea what year that is when that happens. We just know that like he died in 67. Was almost like funny, but like how abruptly it ended.
Yeah, and the span of time that they jump. But because like there's certain elements which are just like this is a bit like, I don't know. It could have gone into more detail about certain things, but like that is kind of like the movie is just about him. It's about him, but it's also about China in that span between when he was born in like 1900 or something like that, up until like the 80s. The film basically ends in the 80s. Like the very last shot is in the 80s. There's a tour guide bringing people around the Forbidden City. Because when he was born, it was still like the Qing Empire was still going on, and then when he was 11, Republicans took over, but then the country fell apart, and then the 20s, the real Republicans, the provisional Republicans took over, which then got overthrown by the communists in World War II, and those Republicans had to go down to Taiwan. And all this is happening off screen, and it's not mentioned. None of that is like explained at all. So like, it's like vaguely referenced. Like I like how the movie kind of it shows the kind of infiltration of Western ideas into China as well at the time. Like he gets really into like you know, like I don't know, the newest technology, or like his
being a playboy.
Yeah,
he must have cars and stuff like that.
He must have cars, and his tutor is Peter O'Toole, who was a British missionary or something like that, who basically I was reading about it on his Wikipedia page. He has he did like English lessons and like elocution lessons, and it taught him about British history and stuff like that. And all that was happening at the time in China, whereas Western ideas coming in, like the main Republican, like to begin with in the 20th century, was a Christian who was reading Marx and all, and he founded the Republicans, and then obviously the communists as well, like sprung out of the Republicans. So it's all tracing back to Western ideas, and that's where all the upheaval kind of comes from. And contrasting that with what he's born into, where it's like you see him being coronated or kind of crowned, or being given permission to become the emperor. It's like in this like old like smoky room with a woman with a giant dress, and she's like half awake, and she's like, "You will be emperor now." It's like really like old style Orientalist image of China, and how that progresses over the years. And then it's like him kind of when he's deposed and he's kind of running around, not knowing what to do. He's into various international zones that they used to have in China, like colonies. And one scene, it's him with his two wives in a club, which was a whites only club, but he was only allowed in because he was like the emperor, so he was above the natives. And they get news on the radio that the communists have been crushed in Shanghai, and they all celebrate because like this is great news. But like that's one of the major event. I think that's like one of the founding events of the Chinese Communist Party, when they got crushed in Shanghai and then bounced back and ended up like taking the whole country like 10 years later. But it's all just stuff like that is only mentioned briefly.
In, like, major events,
random lines. yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting historical. Like it'd be great for a history class. This would be like you get a week out of this. Stick this on. Philly's like, here lads, watch this.
It's boring enough for it anyway.
Yeah, not a lot like there's no big action sequences or anything like that. It's just a personal kind of
I love
a man who lived through history.
Yeah, I love and like. Yeah, he lived through history. He
didn't do a lot. And what he did do was pretty bad.
What he did do is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it, in the grand scheme of things, didn't have that much of an effect in the world. Whereas like all the major events are happening to him. I do like as well that parallel where like his wet nurse, or like his mom basically, is taken away from him, and he runs and he chases after her, and he's like, open the door. And then when his wife is leaving him at the end of the movie, to go to a place because she had a stillbirth and she needs to be taken care of, and she's hooked on opium.
Mm.
And he's chasing after her, and he's like, open the gates, and the both times, like, just a man unable to have control over anything, has no
Yeah.
control over anything that is happening to him or
Uh-huh.
to his country, even though at one time he's told you're the most powerful person in the world,
Yeah.
and never is able to control anything.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That's
is,
that's the movie actually. Like that's what the movie is.
Yeah. It's pretty good, and like, it won Best Picture.
It won Best Picture.
I
That's
don't know what
enough.
else came with that year, but it is really good, and the music is very good.
The music is good. It's shot very well.
It's shot beautifully, Jock. Some of those shots
Yeah.
at the start of the movie, especially, oh my god, beautiful. Lovely use of blue as well. One scene, some toe sucking as well. If you're into that, you know.
Yeah, it's a wide cast of characters and things happening.
loads of things
Loads
happening.
of things occurring, kind of randomly.
Will we leave it at that?
Yes.
Our recommended film for the next episode will be, I'm caught between two movies. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, our recommended film will be Park Chan-wook's JSA, Joint Security Area. It
I
is
haven't heard of it.
It is a movie about the North and South Korean border.
Ah, okay.
And
Fictional.
and soldiers on opposite sides
Mm.
of the divide.
Very good. We're sticking with our old
Oh,
the
man.
the eastern
Yeah,
eastern vibe.
they just make better movies. Like, even when it's an Italian guy making the movies, it's completely in English.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But no, I've had this movie. I'm gonna be slightly selfish with what I do with recommended films this year.
Okay,
And
I'm
I'm
gonna go
gonna-
through the watch list.
I'm gonna go through the watch list and stuff that I have on like Blu-ray and DVD. I'm like, I
Oh,
fucking
okay.
keep meaning to watch this. So I'm gonna start
Yeah,
doing-
yeah.
I've had JSA for literally 5 years and I've never watched it. So
That was me with The Last Emperor, and I've watched it. So
I'm like, yeah, it's good.
cool.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Happy days, right? Good night. God bless.
Bye.